Oh, hey, everybody. Just thought I'd pop in here and talk about the pod a little bit. This week on tap, we have the Swiss Army human known as Christian Duran. I say that because he has donated countless hours to community service. He does fashion, photography, art, and he owns his own business. Christian's Corner in the Winters Collective on Main Street in Winters, California, the Dirty 530. And he's also a junior in high school, which is fucking bonkers. A really cool podcast. We talk about creativity, some adversity he's gone through, what it's like being a business owner as a junior. And we also reminisce a little bit about good old St. James. That's right, private school in Davis. Private school is kind of like Globo Gym. We're better than you, and we know it. And I also know this was a pretty good podcast, so just go ahead and give this video a like. Get the hell off of Instagram. Go onto iTunes or go onto YouTube so you can see our smiling faces on the podcast. Now, be gone. Scram. I love you. All right, very good. Here we are, finally, at Christian's Corner with Christian Duran himself. How are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
Thanks for having me.
We're here. We've been talking about it for a few weeks.
We've been talking about it,
It's been 80 years.
Wow.
Probably August?
August, we did like the article and then like, yeah, let's do it. And I just procrastinated, life gets in the way, all these excuses, but we're here now. So thank you for having me. So where are we right now? Where are we located?
So we are inside of the Winters Collective, and then there is Christian's Corner. So there is 11 retail vendors. It's mixed retail inside of the Winters Collective. So we all work our part to bring something amazing to the community. Like you said earlier, it's kind of like the mall, closest to the thing of a mall.
It's Winters retail.
Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. I love it. We all work together. Like I said, there's some pretty neat, like local floret with their flowers. And then we have a lot of, I love candles, and we have a lot of great candles in here.
It smells amazing, by the way. I wish people could smell on the podcast, but that's what they get. They guess they need to come here to figure it out, to smell for themselves.
41 Main Street, Winters, California.
Let's go. And then El Pueblo's right next door.
Yeah.
Underrated. I want to say.
We are on Main Street, too. So.
Yeah. There's everything. Winters food game, I want to say it's solid for Pizza Factory, even like Round Table. I know they're a chain, but for some reason they just hold a nostalgic value. So this is your spot here. We have the clothes. We have your photography. Did you create these and design these glasses? Like what all here is from your mind?
So I designed all of the aspects to what we're looking at, except some of the clothing. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I designed our wooden backdrop, the pegboard, the macrame. Everything from the table we have to our backdrop to the eucalyptus leaves in the background. And then all of the photography in here I took, even like the sign right there that says vintage. Mm-hmm. I designed that. And then all of the pictures in there I took. And then all of the pictures in our booth I took as well. And I framed and matted myself.
That, I think, like the glass one, then there kind of reminds me of, how people like press a dried out flower or something like that.
That's exactly what it looked like when I got it. And then alongside everything else in here, I actually designed I designed this t-shirt I'm wearing right now. So
I like that. It takes a village.
Takes a village, and then Winters, California. And then I have one that says be kind, and then shop local, Yolo County. So
I feel like people need to take that to heart a little bit, the be kind part.
Yeah, I wear that probably like 3 times.
Do you pass it out to kids at school or anything like your classmates?
I haven't. We're not in school.
Oh, right. Jesus. Sometimes I forget we're not in the real world right now.
Yeah.
We're in some kind of like weird dystopia.
I definitely want to do that in the future. Kind of like give it, like make different. Like I was thinking about making masks, making sweatpants with that stuff on it, making like sweatshirts, long sleeve shirts, just kind of making it my own like apparel line, which I think would be really nice in the future.
Do you have a name for it yet?
Christian's Corner.
Just Christian's Corner. That's just going to be the brand, the logo, little CC.
Yep.
That's sweet. Do you potentially take on interns in the future? Show them the way, high schoolers that.
I am a junior
Yeah, which is baffling to me that you open up your own business, started your own business. When I was a junior, my priorities were like just not even close. I was watching Lord of the Rings or something I don't know. It was not running and managing a business. That's for sure.
I mean, I'm just like a very creative person, and so having this as my outlet really is just like it. I love it. It's just something that means really a lot to me, especially growing up with like not knowing what I was doing in terms of like learning and having my processing and learning disorders with dyslexia and having to do kindergarten 2 times, and then growing older into my probably 5th grade year of school, I got totally lost. I didn't know what I was doing, and so I had to learn how to advocate for myself, which come with like in correlation to this. I mean, it works wonders.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was you able to take the negatives or whatever. It's a challenge that could help turn this or whatever your outlook is into your own business.
Yeah.
So you can take it as, that you were given every excuse to quit, or just, okay, I'm supposed to underachieve. I'm just going to let that be my excuse to be a victim my entire life and just not achieve. Oh, it's a great excuse. I have a learning disability. How easy would it have been to have used that as an out?
Yeah. I mean, just like now learning like not just business, but I mean business skills, business personality, branding. I mean, I run social media accounts now. I do like, I mean, we talked about my community service. I do everything because I love what I do, and it's not just because like, oh, I'll just do it.
So there's a difference between having to clock in and getting to come to work. It kind of sounds like you get to come to work, and
I love it.
And there's also for me, I enjoy kind of not dissecting people in a serial killer way, but just who they are, what makes them tick, what do they resonate with? Say it's social media. What posted got a lot more engagement? What did people like? What did they dislike? Why didn't this work? And that's not even including what happens when they come in. And like, what are you going to set? What are you going to like flash them with? What are they going to be drawn to? Totally. Have you had a fun time? Have you learned a lot more just by being around it and observing people?
Yeah, I mean, I've worked in retail since probably the top of 2020, so it hasn't been that long, but I've gotten a lot of like social skills and how to work with people in the past, like we talked about with my elementary school and junior high. I mean, just like all of that, public speaking, it's definitely something that you have to learn. It's not like, oh, I'll do this. It's like, you teach me. Like, I know I have people that I look up to and I see, and they kind of mentor me into like what I will do and how I will run this, and how I'll do this, how I'll do that, how I'll do these ad campaigns, how I'll make these flyers, how I'll pick my product. It's
fun, right?
It's
like
crazy.
When you think about it, there's a ton, but it sounds like you're willing to learn. A lot of people might have like their ego get in the way of what others could offer if they've been running it, like say retail. My first retail experience was working at Big Five in Roanoke Park. Not this retail. It's not this. I knew it was a time to change when I had to go up and down stairs for about, I want to say an hour straight for a 5-year-old to get like, the mom didn't speak a lick of English, and I was trying to get him his shoes, and it was just,
shame.
Yeah, it's not the same as being a boss, as being the one to like creatively express yourself, everything, which is like, where do you draw like your inspiration from? Like, where's the inspiration, the creativity? Where's this all come from?
I mean, I'm pretty, like, say if you take me to San Francisco, I will see something that immediately like sparks something in my mind, and I'll be like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I'll do this, I'll do that. I'm like creating a whole mood board in my mind that is just like, it's just like going 24/7. And then, I mean, just like if I'm sitting at home, I'll look at like other influencers, both like micro influencers and huge influencers. I love Pinterest.
Pinterest is pretty great.
I mean, like, I love like Fashion Week as it is. Like last week and this week was New York Fashion Week. So I have been definitely sitting and looking at everything that kind of like the nude, like looking at the colors.
Right.
So like I noticed that nudes were in. I noticed out of other like aspects that I've been kind of studying, like those reusable tote bags are in, like a bunch of different stuff is in, and it's like,
Is New York Fashion Week, because for the layperson that doesn't really understand what they're seeing, it looks very bizarre. It looks like something out of a movie. Some of the clothing that the models are wearing up and down, are they more design concepts, or are those like what's being sold?
I mean, everyone can have their different like perspective, but like there's definitely like the Louis Vuitton show, like all like Yeezy, all of that. I mean, but it's just like looking. Different people can sit down and look at each thing and take something away from it.
What do you take away? Is it inspiration for maybe what you're trying to do fashion wise?
Yeah. Like I definitely take away colors. I don't really take away textures because, like, I'm not gonna have someone. I mean, you see someone walking down the runway with like a spiked jacket on. I'm not gonna
Look
have
like
that
Jafar
here.
or something
Yeah,
like that.
No, I'm gonna take definitely the color aspects and the just like the sense and the warmth and the like the flavor it gives you compared to what it looks like. It's more of like looking at it, taking it in, and then coming up with your idea from there.
Would you say fashion is your favorite form of creative expression? Or is it just kind of all lumped in like that? Your photography is amazing. Or are they both just two outlets for you to?
I mean, they
scratch the itch?
definitely cross over a lot. Like all of my social media at Christian's Corner.
Say it loudly. Say it loud.
I take all of the model pictures that I use. And so I style each one of my models, and I take the picture, I edit it, and then I get it prepared to post and get ready for like any like flyers I have in the future or anything like that. It like you said, is it just two outlets? No, they definitely cross over and kind of like it's just like something I love. It's something I'm passionate about for sure, and it's like it's special when you find something that you love, and like you find something that like inspires you every day to do something compared to going, I'm not a big sports fan, so you might be loving sports and I might be over here not knowing what's going on, you know? So it's kind of like a switched
There's
seats.
a great it's I feel like the quote unquote the juice that you can get from doing what you love, because I bet you could do this every day and not that you wouldn't get paid, but you would do this for free just for the sheer fact that you do love it. And I feel like that's the same passion that maybe athletes have, or people that are
totally
as passionate. It's the same juice, just because it's a different way to express or to feel that kind of, like my friend described it as whatever sets your hair on fire. Just set your hair on fire and just keep doing what you're doing till the day you die. And it's unfortunate that not a lot of people get to ignite that, or maybe even find it, or maybe they'll feel
them a while.
judged. Do you feel like, is there any sort of vulnerability you feel, or a little nervous when you're like, this is all you? Or are you afraid of maybe any like judgment people might have? Oh, it's tacky, or the photo sucks. It's just,
I know, it's
what
what I love, so I'm gonna do it. I mean,
very good.
It doesn't matter what other people think. It's all you. I mean, you definitely have to have. I have confidence in myself of what I do. I take passion in everything I do, so I know that what I do, I love, and that's all that matters.
You're already ahead of the curve. It's like, I feel like some days I'm like, yeah, I feel that way. It's easy, and then there's other days, oh God, like look in the mirror, like you.
I mean, that's something that Christian's Corner, I want people to understand. It's loving yourself, having confidence, having everything you need, that it doesn't matter what people think of you. I mean, even with my photography, if I'm working with someone, let's say for their senior portraits, I will actually sit down with them, talk to them, and see what they want to see out of it.
Cool.
And then kind of let them take the lead instead of me taking the lead. I'm just there to photograph what they want. It's telling their story.
Is it also, have you come across maybe a client that doesn't exactly know, and you have to kind of draw it out of them a little bit?
Yeah, so that's definitely, when I sit down with someone, I just kind of pick their brain, what they like, what they're about, all of that. And then in the future, I definitely see like, okay, do you want to do this or this? Or if we're actually in the middle of a shoot, I give like pose examples. I give like prop examples. Like if we're in an orchard, like I mean, I'll definitely,
It looks like you have quite the eye for nature, for outdoors. Where's your favorite place around winters, or that
Around winters?
or where's your favorite place that you've done a photo shoot?
I've done a photo shoot, so I like portrait or
Let's go favorite, say senior portrait, and then just out and about.
Senior
in nature,
portrait.
yeah.
I definitely love doing downtown winters. I mean, I love winters. I'm from winters.
Let's go. 530. I was gonna call this the 530 show, but no, I came up with a name. I think I was gonna do it for the Winters Express, but then COVID hit and said, no, you're not gonna have any more fun. Just written podcasts, I guess.
I mean,
But that's what brought us together. Winters, God bless it.
totally.
What about out in like on your travels? Like where were these taken?
So behind me, they were taken in Mexico and in Florida.
Ooh.
So
It's just,
I have some family that lives in Florida, and so last year or summer of 19, I went and I stayed with them for 2 weeks, and so I took some really great pictures. And I mean, every picture there has a story. I mean, that picture of the rock right there, we were on a boat in Cabo, just going around looking at waves crashing.
on a booze cruise.
No,
Not quite. Hey, at Cabo, there's no red glass in Cabo.
But I mean, it's definitely something that I take passion in, is definitely showing a story through each picture.
Pictures do, I guess, because I'd have some questions. Let's hop on the photography aspect of it. Every photo does tell a story.
I mean, that picture right there, the grapes,
Yeah.
that was my first picture I ever took.
That's it?
Yeah, I was
Pretty good.
14. I just got my first like big camera, and I took that picture.
It's crazy how much goes into photography in terms of the lens, aperture, like just the elements, how much sunlight's out. Because I was forced to take a photography class in ad school, but actually it really ended up liking it because we'd go around San Francisco and take pictures of, say, like people, or in this case, say like graffiti or something like that. But it's cool to, I don't know, just see what your eye is attracted to.
What it catches.
So it's, why do you think, because photos for me, say sports photography for me, because like the story's already kind of pre-loaded in there, but it captures a moment. And for you, why do you think, because in my opinion, photos are so much more impactful than, say, a movie or a documentary about something, but one photo, say it's like Ansel Adams or something like that could stand the test of time. Why do you think photos are so much more impactful?
They're timeless. So you can take a picture, let's say last week, a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago. You could take a picture, print it out, or keep it digital, and then throughout the years, I mean, you could put a different filter on it, re-edit it, retouch it, do as many things as you want to it, and it still looks perfect, and it looks like it was taken yesterday.
Are you a Lightroom guy? Absolutely, very good.
Yeah.
There's so much, it's crazy how much you could alter it, make it better looking, clearer. Just God bless Adobe.
I know.
That Photoshop, the rest of it,
Amazing.
a lot of it, all the filters. What would you say your favorite photo of all time is? Kind of a loaded question, but it's something like from your favorite photographer or something that's like stuck with you.
You're breathtaking.
I saw this picture, I think it was in one of my textbooks a couple years ago, and it was this mother, I'm pretty sure you've seen this, I don't know the name of it, but it was this mother sitting there with her children all around her, and it just like, she was looking at the camera, and it touched me. Like, I mean, it's a mother and her kids.
Was it the two kids and she's kind of like this?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
The Great Depression?
Yes.
Ooh.
I mean, she's looking at the lens, and you could see
the
her
despair,
emotion, everything. it's just like something that stuck with me forever. I mean, there's plenty of pictures that I've taken that I still adore to this day, but like there's certain aspects, especially in photography, that you can see their emotion through a picture.
The timing of it, where you're at, that could have been.
I mean, a picture that you took, let's say, right as you were leaving, let's say a dinner with your aunt or uncle, that can be timeless forever. I mean, that you might think it's bad, like a bad picture or whatever, you look uncomfortable or whatever in the moment, but say 10 years later, you're gonna love that picture.
Something candid.
Exactly. Yes.
That's if somebody asked me to take a picture of them, like, all right, you guys get ready. They're kind of talking. I'll start taking pictures. There's about 20 of them where they're kind of doing whatever. Why do you think that picture, the one you're talking about, why is that timeless? Is it her emotion? Is it what makes a photo like last?
It's the emotion.
Yeah.
There's plenty of pictures, I mean, even from, let's say, last week that I have on my camera roll that I just took with my phone, where it's like, oh, you're actually laughing, you're having a great time, and I could see it. You're laughing, you're having fun, you're with your friends, or you're walking down the street. It's just like, it's crazy. You could see literal emotion. It's taken in a millisecond of a second. And it lasts forever.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like you freeze time. You're able to. Someone said there's a book by Stephen King called On Writing, and it's why he writes and how he opens it up is, while I'm writing right now, it doesn't matter how many years in the future you'll be reading this. It's like a telekinetic or telepathic message, and that's kind of what photos are. The emotion. It's a message from the photographer. It's a way to speak from like the first cave paintings. You know, it's just our way of communicating with one another from decades past. The one photo that has always not only shocked me, but it's just, I could stare at it for hours. It's not necessarily a happy photo. And like my buddy had this magazine of the top 100 Life magazine photos of all time. And it's the photo of this monk in lotus position who lit himself on fire in protest of the Vietnam War. I think it's a Rage Against the Machine album cover, but he's just sitting there at peace, and he's literally on fire. It's pretty intense, but it's just like the story. I think the stories that come with it, to your point, propel the photos.
And it could totally mean huge. Something totally different to someone.
Yes, isn't that the best part?
Yeah.
It's like poetry almost. It's okay, I see it one way. Well, actually, I interpret it this way, and it's kind of cool because you're both right, or
totally
any other way to look at it. Say that, like, stories over there. Is that a drug lord's house? I don't know. Or maybe that's just a nice, kind family that takes in one-legged orphans. I don't know. It's to create your own story with it. It's awesome. So that's I nerd out. As somebody who's not the best at photography at all, I can still like respect it and love it.
You can totally take. I mean, you can totally take something off your phone.
Absolutely.
And it could be used wherever. I mean, there's no right equipment, wrong equipment, aperture, settings, autofocus. None of that matters. It's about what you see, what you do, and how you accomplish it.
Go and have fun.
Exactly.
Put it on Instagram. See what else I have here. What was okay? It'd be hard. I don't know if you have it here or not. What's like your favorite photo you've ever taken? Or what, like the one that, if you were to hang it up on your office, in your office, what would it be?
Okay, so I did a wedding this past weekend, and I won't get into all the details, but the mother has cancer, and not to get like all sad and
it's
everything,
okay,
but it was a very special day for everyone. And I had the chance to kind of just help out and take special pictures.
That's awesome.
And so I went to, there's very many pictures from that day, but in the morning I went to Hotel Winners, and the bride had all of her bridesmaids come in the room, and she made chalkboards of how she met everyone.
Wow. That's
yeah.
cool.
And there was
That's really cool.
there was probably eight ladies, and they're probably in their 30s, and literally every nameplate the bride wrote out, and it said how she met each one of them. And I was like, that is a great friend. Like, even to have friends like that is amazing. So there's this one picture, and they're all laughing, and they have this chalkboard that they have, and they're holding it. They're laughing, they're talking to each other, and it was like what you said, where you just take pictures before they're ready. And I was doing that, and they were all laughing and having a great time, and that's probably one of the best pictures in my eyes that I've ever taken, because it just holds so much, again, emotion, like everything. They were genuinely happy, just like happy to be with each other and happy to spend that moment with the bride.
And they'll always, like, she's going to spread that picture everywhere. Anybody that looks at it's going to smile.
Yes.
It's hard, you can't not smile. And you also, there's an added bonus to it that, say, to have the opportunity to take photographs, to be chosen to take photographs of this very special day, you're able to provide them with that, like, tangible memories. It's because, we can remember things, but it could be lost because later that night after a wedding, you might forget some things.
Yeah.
But to give that grandma, to give them that special day, to have them remember it in such a beautiful artistic way, that's got to feel pretty rewarding in its own way.
So I love it, and I'm actually doing the same thing this next weekend.
Let's go.
And it's just something that I love eternally.
Have you done any at Park Winters?
That's where it was.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, that would be the best place to take photos. It's something.
It's
Of,
magical.
like, it's the way I kind of describe it when say there's like little girls or boys dreaming about what the fantasy wedding day would be like. That's the place. That's the freaking place.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Their food's great
magical.
too.
It's bomb.
Oh my god,
so good.
I went there for New Year's, and it's just the first time I ever went. Like, driven by before, I'm like, all right, let's check it out. And they do so right, not only by keeping that old house, it looks beautiful, and it's just the place is flawless, literally flawless. That I really love that little side cottage they have with all the old photos that kind of pay homage to the area, to the history of that whole area. It's hard not to just enjoy yourself. And
they also have this same cottage, and they have each bride hang their bouquet upside down.
Oh, that's it.
And that's it? Okay. And it's dried, and it's stunning because some of them have the date, so you could see when they got married.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I see the cottage, that giant fireplace they have. It's like out the back. It's kind of a faux fire or whatever. It's just, you go out there and hang out. I didn't get to go hang out by the pool area or whatever, but maybe I'll be able to go there for a summertime event, something. Got it. Hopefully if they see this. Hopefully they guys see it. Rounding back to the fashion side of things, I wanted to ask you what your opinion on how status is attached to certain, say, brands or certain, like, fashion lines, say Louis Vuitton. It should there be, like, to own that, it's kind of, you're showing I am well off, I enjoy finer clothing, but do you think that muddies the waters of fashion overall as, like, an expression of oneself? Do you think that having, like, attaching a status, it's a Michael Kors or it's Gucci, whatever it is, the Yeezy, does that take away from fashion, or do you think it adds a special element to it?
I mean, in my personal opinion, it doesn't. So you have to be confident in what you wear.
Right.
So you can easily go buy, let's say, a brand new Chanel bag and wear it, but if you're not confident, you're not going to strut it, you're not going to work it, you're not going to do anything.
Can people tell if, like, she doesn't like that bag?
I mean, you have to love what you're going to wear, know? Like, I love everything I wear. I mean, fashion.
Yes.
But
yes, of course.
It's just about confidence, loving, doing you, like, don't worry about anyone else. So, in my mind, status does not really affect that. It doesn't muddy the waters, but I know everyone has their own opinion. So it's different in everyone's mind.
I just think it's unfortunate if you're wearing clothes for the brand and not for the clothes or for you. They may look good, but to just have it plastered. I mean, I saw a guy in Vegas. I was at a convention a couple years back, and he literally had the Louis Vuitton sequence tattooed on his leg. I don't know. I was a little baffled, a little shook. I've never loved a brand so much to have it tattooed, but I feel like just go like San Francisco, the prime place to show people that truly don't give a what you think. They're doing them. They're gonna cut their hair the way they want to cut it, and people should visit there a little bit more. I would visit there, but people that go in there to work, trust me, like I've had to go like drive. I would never wish a Bay Area commute on my worst enemy. It is just like just the Bay Bridge and all. I know I'm veering way off course, but God, I'd say take the ferry if anything.
Yeah.
Vallejo Ferry all day. But what's your favorite thing that you found in San Francisco? Like when you've gone to kind of explore, like what's been one of your favorite like landmarks or individuals you've seen down there?
I mean, I just love how everyone is free to do themselves. They don't care. They love themselves. That's all that matters. And so I wish that we can bring some of that to other places around here. I mean, you don't have to wear this certain thing again. Like love yourself, and once you're loving yourself, you will honestly
good.
Yes.
Where did so many say in high school especially kids or teenagers are vulnerable, like they're scared of judgment. I mean, I don't want to turn this conversation too dark, but some kids don't make it out of high school because of the ridicule from others. For you, what gave you that boost of just screw what other people think, I'm going to do me, and I'm going to be proud and happy doing me and creating the way I want to create? Was there a moment, or was it just like one day I'm flipping this switch, I'm just doing me?
It was honestly like a flip of a switch. I mean, I've definitely struggled with like anxiety and depression in the past, but I mean, it's about finding yourself and kind of, working it out, and then eventually you'll succeed. I mean, you're working on yourself all the time.
You don't stop until the day you die.
Exactly. You're working on yourself to improve yourself every single day.
Do you think your learning disability and dyslexia help you realize that sooner than most?
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I mean, even like I've had to advocate for myself to teachers. They don't know how to teach kids that learn in a different way. They're set to their own little beat here, and they won't veer. And so I've had to definitely, like, I don't want to say like force my opinion on them, but advocate for me, not just me, but my local community for more strives to get better help with our learning.
You have to tailor to each. Not every kid learns the same way.
Yeah, it's not. You don't. Yeah.
It's my little brother, for instance. He traditional schooling was not like. It just doesn't jive for some people. He's more hands-on, and so he helps my dad run like the landfill in Davis, and just you could show him how to do something once, and that's it.
There's just like I know I succeed with music, photography, graphic design.
Music?
Yes.
You did mention music in the artist. What do you play or sing? Or
I study classical music for a man's voice.
Do you listen to? I think it's 88.9, the NPR radio in Sacramento. It's just classical, and they're always begging for donations. But
I love anything like jazz. I mean, you could look at someone, so let's say in the community of singers and all of that, Lady Gaga.
Love her.
Me too.
Love her to death.
Okay, I love Lady
Yeah,
Gaga.
good,
Hello.
yeah.
But you can...
Little monsters. Let's go.
You can see 10 years ago in 2010, she was going out of anything anyone has done, creating her brand, and everyone thought she was ridiculous.
She was wild. Like some kind of Salvador Dali.
Yeah.
The egg, the meat suit.
The meat suit is iconic.
Yeah. It's great.
But now She's advocating for mental health. She's done a jazz album. She's done EDM. She's done like TV. She's done film. It's crazy to see that someone with that gift and people looking down on her and like judging her and everything can rise above all of that.
Years
and then
later,
look at her now.
did you see 5'4"? Her Netflix documentary?
Yeah, 5'2".
5'2". Sorry, some fan I am. I don't even know. I totally hear what you're saying. She was all kind of pop out the gate. The like Just Dance, paparazzi, just the great starting points, and then I just loved her. Yeah, she was like wacky, outrageous, but her transition as, say, an artist, like her latest album was in dedication of her aunt,
Joanne.
Joanne's a great song. That whole album that showed a different side of her. And then I went to a concert of hers at AT&T Park in San Francisco. Like, my ex got me tickets. And it was so cool to see her play the piano and do acoustic versions of her song. It's like, oh my God.
It's talent, and people don't understand that, hey, you make a dance album, they don't know that you can also sing opera.
She's amazing. Like, she was going through it in like the early years as well, like depression and all that.
Yeah, and I mean, she's definitely one of my mentors, and in pop culture that I look up to see how she rose above everything.
She's totally outside of the say WAP zone, or like what are Nicki Minaj and Cardi B offering. It's just take the messages that Lady Gaga sending, her songs, what have you, but her off the mic.
Yes.
Like, it's what she's done for the like gay community, for people,
community,
everything.
Anything, people with mental health issues. I mean, she's an advocate for all, and that's something that I definitely want to be, for not only just for my like high school community, but definitely growing up, showing people that it's okay to, have anxiety. Have anxiety, suffer from dyslexia. Like, you can rise above everything, and then eventually you will. I mean, you're working on yourself every day, but eventually you will be amazing. I mean, you already are, but
it's convincing yourself that every day. I'd say more recently, I just turned 30, and just the self-love, the mental health aspect, I think, is severely underrated. To love yourself is, that's like weak. Oh, suck it up. There's the whole suck it up mentality. Get back to work. To take time and actually admit to yourself, okay, this is my problem. Why am I getting upset with this? Or whatever. To dissect your own thoughts and brain, and you're not your thoughts. That was huge. Your mind, like your mind itself. You could totally, like, say in the middle of like writing like my book or whatever, there'll be days you just sit down like, just, oh my God, what am I even doing here? Am I even worthy of like touching the keys? Why even try? Nobody. You could just totally sideline yourself and all that. Back to Gaga real quick. I just had to ask. Sorry. Did you watch American Horror Story?
Yeah.
The Hotel?
Yeah.
She's so good. Her and Matthew Balmer, so good. Like, I really liked the Hotel episode. I thought it was solid. Roanoke, at least she's in it. Not the same, but she's in it. And is she in any other seasons after that?
I don't think so. But she definitely took a leap to cinema.
She did.
With A Star Is Born, the remake, which I love the soundtrack.
I haven't seen it yet.
Anyone that loves Lady Gaga to listen to it.
I heard Bradley Cooper can sing a little bit, yeah? Do you think they're going to get together? I heard Bradley Cooper got a divorce.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
They'd be so cute together, damn it. But it's just people like her that I admire, because you see so many celebrities achieve that fame and have that influence and totally usurp it and use it in the wrong way. Whereas she is about as high on the fame scale you could possibly be, and to see somebody like her use that for the betterment of everybody. It's like, that's why I have no sympathy for heads, or for, say, diva like sports athletes or whatever. They're just spewing nonsense. It's like, look at this example. Like, try to emulate that a little bit, please. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe if I was given $500,000, it would just turn into a monster. Just an absolute piece of shit. So, as far as say fashion goes, a little bit of vanity's not too bad. You got to look at yourself to love yourself. You know what? I want to look good. You put on a suit or something like that. Put on anything, and just feel good about yourself. A little vanity's not too bad. Would you say if you're not rubbing it in people's face?
I mean, yes, there is vanity in our world. Would I like there to be? No.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like you said, you have to have confidence in yourself. Confidence is key. So having that confidence will definitely help you rise.
Mm-hmm.
But I personally don't like when someone's rubbing like their designer bag in your face.
I feel like it's kind of arrogant. Like, have the bag, but there's a right and wrong way to go about it, I want to say.
Yes.
And maybe there's a certain amount of vanity or people that feel that way because they need validation. They need people to ogle them, or they need to take a selfie every 5 seconds in order to feel worthy, to feel maybe because they don't have the confidence in themselves. They need it from others to fill that void.
I strive with everything that I bring into Christian's Corner to find something for everyone and make them feel special, make them feel loved, make them feel confident. I mean, it's just something that I feel like not everyone tries to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I make sure I carry size small to a 3XL. I have a men's line. I have a vintage, which is sustainable. Most of my clothing is actually all of my clothing is sustainable. Bring local products. So it's about finding something that you love,
mm-hmm.
and then making it your own.
Sustainability is huge. That's a huge like green light for me. Where are you? What kind of material are you using to be?
So I have taken a few trips since I've decided to open Christian's Corner, and I found that
Rick. Oh, man.
some of the fashion world is not. It's mostly fast fashion. If you don't know what fast fashion is, it's like
textile mills that
textile,
just
and
they
just boom, 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 and then ship it here, and then your rep for the brand sells it to you. But what I've done is I've actually done my research, and I've made sure that everything that I bring in, I know that it's like, I mean, it's just not fast fashion.
good for the earth. It's good
Yes.
for it sucks to see. And in ad school, we learned a little bit about that. We had this kind of pet project. It was for a real client. They used bamboo as their source to weave into clothing. Super sustainable, a little more expensive, but it was really cool. They'd ship it in a decomposable box, like a bamboo box from the leftover materials. But we also learned about the textile mills, just how fast and disruptive it is to the environment of these clothing lines. It's one of the number one polluters is these factories, and that totally sucks.
And I know now they're coming out with, have you seen the cases that when you're done with it, or if it breaks or something, you plant it and then it's biodegradable.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
It's just because you're not making money off it, so it's not going to be that. That really sucks. It doesn't sound like you're in it to turn profits. Hey, get over here. I want to sell you something. You're wanting people to interact with this experience, to be them, to pretty much help them do for themselves what you did for yourself. And it sucks to see that not there are other businesses that do feel, let's say, more local ones that genuinely care about the people that come in instead of, all right, I used to work for Verizon for a minute. That was, luckily I left before they figured I was a fraud because I didn't really know I could sell a phone, but the real technical stuff, I had no clue. But to see an 80-year-old come in and then be told, hey, try to sell them a tablet, they can't even operate a flip phone. I'm supposed to tell this person a tablet. They're looking for a place to die. They don't want a tablet. But there's just a huge difference in, I guess, the ethics in which people operate. And it sounds like you're
moral code,
morals.
what
are those?
All of that. I mean, I work with Pure Honey off of Road 26. They're a local apiary, and I brought in their hand salves, which they made out of their honey. And so I sell that. I have my vintage, which is from the 70s from an iMagnet buyer. It's just like I've been about sustainability, and I'm still about sustainability, and I will always be about sustainability.
Very good. And then when we all, eventually pass away, we're gonna be nutrients. It's gonna be great. You'll forever be about sustainability.
I mean, just planting a plant in your backyard. I'm all about plants. It's like crazy. It cleans the air. It just does wonders. And so actually educating yourself on all the sustainable aspects of your life, I mean, pretty awesome.
Do you think plants and floral arrangements possibly would be an extension of Christian's Corner in the future?
I see plants.
Plants?
Yeah.
Very good. What would you say your favorite your favorite piece of clothing or product is right now?
I love all of my vintage. That is probably my favorite right now, because it's not just one piece of clothing, and it's like one of a kind. It's from the 1970s.
That's one of the questions that I have for you. So the way I like to round these podcasts off, it's called Off the Cuff. It's 10 random kind of questions that may or may not have anything to do with what we've been talking about, and they're just kind of rapid fire, boom, boom, boom.
All right.
So chocolate chip or snickerdoodle cookies?
Chocolate chip.
Excellent choice. Excellent choice. Any chocolate chip in specific? Say Chips Ahoy's from Lester's Bakery.
I like Costco's.
Costco.
Yeah.
Is there anything Costco can't do? Have you had a Pizookie at BJ's before? Solid.
You know, if I think it's in Canada, Costco gives away big like boxes of their cookie dough.
Really?
I just learned that.
Oh my god, I haven't had just a scoop of just solid cookie dough, and oh my god, I haven't had it in a while just to be a slob. Some days you just have to get fat and just enjoy it. Leave the guilt. Go on vacation. Calories don't count on vacation. What's the biggest taboo in fashion in your mind?
In my mind?
In your mind, what's like a big old faux pas? Like somebody's walking around in like clashing colors, or what in your opinion is the biggest fashion faux pas?
I mean, it's not about what you wear, it's about how people respect you. So say if you're wearing something that, let's say it's a yellow shirt and some obnoxious pants, I'm not going to tell you like, oh, that's bad. That's don't wear that. I won't, like, it's
That's
just like
interesting.
Respect,
Okay,
it's
okay.
respect.
It's just
It's not about like textiles or anything. It's about respect.
I got you,
honestly.
for sure. It's if that's their
If that's
color. That's their way.
that's what they like.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been known to just wear completely clashing and awful colors. Just say like laziness. I don't even know if I'm wearing the same like matching socks, but like it's just. For sure could. I know I like to dress well and look good, but sometimes that's just the effort level just doesn't reach ambition, and that sometimes you put on different crazy
you do
clothes.
you.
I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Your favorite cartoon?
Favorite cartoon? I don't know.
Go ahead.
I didn't watch cartoons.
Oh my god! Did you read books or something?
I didn't read those either. So.
No, oh my god! Say movie character.
Movie character?
Yeah, any like say Land Before Time cartoon, anything? Jesus, Mom.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I really can't.
No.
No.
Well,
I like Disney Channel though.
Disney Channel.
Yeah.
We'll go Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
Mickey.
We'll do that.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Is he dressed well?
I mean, it's the same thing.
It's like, why is he wearing the same thing over and over though? Like it's been like that way for 100 years. Change it up a bit. It's one thing like cartoon characters; they never change their clothes.
It's all about the personality.
That's their status. They would say like, I don't know. Do you know who Doug is from Nickelodeon? It's like they looked into his closet one time. It's just all the same. That would just give you kind of a hell. To, like, what kind of sick parents only get a kid the same clothes every single day? It's like going to St. James or something. But going into PE, I remember like the sweat shorts, and I'm like, okay, we're balling now, we're good.
Yep.
Is Mr. Bodine still there?
No, he left.
No?
He left when I was in 7th grade. Fun fact, he used to not make us run the mile. He used to only make us run the mile like once a quarter. And then the new PE teacher came and he made us run it every week, and I hated it.
Animal. Sick. Mr. Bodine, what a unique PE teacher at St. James. Did you guys ever have to do the pacer test?
Yes, and I hated it. I hated
That's child
everything to
abuse.
do with like exercise. I don't like that.
It's such a pain in the ass. Just
Don't like it.
so if it's made in a fun way, like games, if they
I like
gamify it a little
dodgeball.
bit, dodgeball's great.
Yeah.
Just
About it.
just ruin people. What's cuter, frogs or lizards?
Frogs.
Frogs. Well, like,
They're smaller.
I like the
and the lizards have like those weird tails.
but they have like little bug eyes though. You know,
I
little
can't-
baby lizards.
I can't do that.
Little
I
bearded
can't do
dragon.
that. No.
What about what? Like say frog. I love rainforest frogs.
Oh, I like those too.
Blue,
Yes.
the oranges. You
Yes.
touch them, you die.
Yeah.
They're as cute as they are deadly.
Mm-hmm.
We're endorsing frogs here today. What would your last meal be if you committed some heinous crime? You're on death row. What's your go-to?
Probably In-N-Out.
In-N-Out?
Yeah.
Double?
That's probably basic.
I mean,
I feel like everyone
talk
picks
about doing
In-N-Out.
you.
I know, but In-N-Out is like a classic.
It is. Well, what would that order be?
Actually, no. It would probably be a Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Ice, oat milk. Vanilla latte.
Why are you being healthy? You gotta go.
I like
you gotta
coffee.
go hard.
Coffee. I love coffee. I also
You could
see
be like
that in
Brady.
my future of Christian's Corner Coffee.
Ooh.
Christian's Corner Coffee.
I like that.
Christian's Corner Coffee Co. Possible.
Let's go.
I love.
Let's
that.
go.
I love coffee.
So you're gonna be like amped up. Like, just do it. Come on, give it to me. You wanted that's coffee for a last meal. Okay, that's. What about a place in Winners? You have to choose a place in Winners to eat for a last meal.
Probably like Chewy's.
Chewy's over Verduzco.
Chewy's.
Chewy's. Okay. I feel like that's kind of unanimous because I talked to my little brother about the best. We had the rankings of our favorite restaurants and winners. The best was it's pretty much Chewy's. You get bang for your buck.
Well, I
It's
would
delicious.
actually, if I were getting dressed up, I'd do Buckhorn.
Buckhorn.
But if I were just doing like normal, I would do Chewy's.
What's your? I mean, you want to be fancy at time of death?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Buckhorn.
Hell yeah. Are you a steak bites fan? That's all I
Yeah,
ever
I'm
get
a Caesar
there.
pleaser.
Caesar pleaser.
Yeah.
I get ranch though. Is that?
You do?
Yeah, I'm a ranch. That's actually a question. Ranch or blue cheese?
Ranch.
Ranch. But what about the Caesar dressing? Is that above ranch or?
It depends. I like my Caesar salad, but I also like my ranch with my pizza.
Got it. Oh yes.
Yeah, see?
Absolutely. I feel like ranch is as beautiful as it is. It's almost a curse because you can't like pizza is now less than without ranch to smother to like drown it and just I don't even want to see the pizza. I want it dripping, and that for the Caesar pleaser, I just do a little substitution, put in the ranch, and then that whatever that Cajun sauce is that you dip the steak bites in.
Bomb.
I understand crack addiction now. You know, if that's what it was, I'll go in front of
Bomb.
7-Eleven. I need it.
So good.
I need it. Snowboarding or skiing?
None.
Neither.
Neither.
Tubing?
No.
Snow at all?
A beach.
A beach.
And a chair.
You're more of a tropical white
a
sand.
beach chair with an umbrella, an iced tea,
Iced tea.
And
Long
then
Island
that's
iced
it.
tea, perhaps?
No, just iced tea.
No, not yet.
and that will be all.
That'll be all. Thank you. Where's this beach at? What is it? In Mexico, Florida?
Probably like Avila Beach.
Avila Beach. That'll be nice. Do you think at 21 you'll maybe dabble in the juice at all? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think your favorite drink will be?
I don't know.
You know, you'll have to try. Try them all out.
What say you?
Yeah.
What say
Garlic fries or chili cheese fries?
Garlic fries.
That's an excellent choice. This is a weird question. Let's see. If Apple wasn't Apple, what fruit would you want the company to be named after?
Pear. That's
I
like
feel
an
like it would
iconic
work.
name.
Pear.
Pear.
I like it. I feel like
I have a
Pear would
pear
work.
phone.
pear.
What
totally
show
work.
was it? It was a pear. You wouldn't know. You're too old.
Oh. What show? I might know.
I think
Give me
it
a
was.
chance.
I think it was Victorious.
Victorious?
It was on Nick, and Ariana Grande was in it.
Oh, God. It wasn't cartoon, was it?
No. But they had these phones. Or was it iCarly?
Probably iCarly. That was more tech involved. Or Drake and Josh,
I think it was iCarly, and it was a pair.
Pear?
Yeah.
I can dig that.
I
can get
Pear.
down with a
Yeah,
pear for
I like
sure.
Pear.
All right, last question. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. What is a better smell, cinnamon rolls or barbecue tri-tip?
Cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls?
Yeah.
Oh, that was like without hesitation.
No hesitation.
Yeah?
Cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls all day. It's or like say Cinnabons in the mall or something like that.
That kind of makes me sick.
Cinnabons does?
Yeah.
Is it too much?
Yeah.
What's your happy medium of cinnamon roll?
Trader Joe's cinnamon rolls.
They have cinnamon rolls?
Yeah.
Do they make them there or is it like just the
It's
take
just
home
like
and bake?
take home. Right now they have a pumpkin one.
Yeah. Have you ever tried like the orange glaze cinnamon rolls?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird. Do you like cream, like the cream cheese icing on it?
Mm-hmm.
The 9. The Pillsbury Grands, like the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
Fan?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. I'm glad we can agree on these like cinnamon rolls. There's love for tri-tip though, right? Like
Yeah,
every time
I
the
mean,
guys
yeah.
barbecuing them out here by Anytime Fitness or whatever. My God, like my nose just wants to live in there. But you've answered all these questions in flying colors. I feel like whoever's listening, watching, will now have a greater perspective on just goddamn, like just self-love. Just do you. Let's plug this place. So Christian's Corner, where is it located?
41 Main Street, Winners, California, inside of the Winners Collective. At christianscorner.co on Instagram. That is also my Facebook and my website.
Let's go.
And yeah.
Any other parting words for the millions upon millions potentially watching?
Well, thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for being on. That's awesome. After all these months of waiting,
I know.
we got it done. Doctor?
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, that's it.
You lose! Good day, sir!